Hi guys.
Hi.
Okay. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. I guess you guys are handing out stuff first thing in the morning. All right.
And actually, go ahead. Well, I'll tell you my side.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm down here. I'm like, okay. I know what he's saying. They have specific rules against doing it between certain hours.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but okay. So.
And I had talked to Captain Rommel. I think his name was Captain Rommel, the day shift captain. He said we couldn't go inside.
Right.
But we can be at this is a public sidewalk, and he said we can be out here anytime.
All right. Well, that's fine. I mean, their biggest thing is the whole reason behind that. If you read their thing, is that you can't stop people from getting on and off.
Yeah,
buses.
I don't want to.
And we don't do that?
So I mean, I haven't heard that yet. So.
No.
And actually, as far as we got a lawyer involved and all that. As far as I know, that policy hasn't been officially adopted by the city or the transit authority or whatever.
They just brought it together.
It's one of those things. It's kind of like if you were standing out in front of Walmart handing stuff out.
Yeah, you can't do that
out the doors. As long as you're not sitting there jumping in front of somebody, take my stuff.
Yeah,
you're fine.
Exactly, and that's we're not doing that. Yeah. And people, if we go to hand them, like if I'd say, "Sir, did you get one of these?"
Okay.
That's how simple it is. And if they
And if
say no,
somebody
thank
says
you,
no,
we just go on to the next person.
we say God bless you and move on.
That's all we do.
All right. Well, that's kind of what I was with when I was talking with the guard, and I'll kind of talk to them inside. Is that there's really not anything. They can't trespass you from the property for that. All right.
Thank you.
It's one of those things. As long as you're out here, if you're inside and you're walking up to people, they're like, that's different. If you're out here, like I said, as long as you guys aren't actively stopping people from
No, we don't want to
moving around and all that, you're fine.
And people sometimes say no, thank you, and we just go on.
Okay.
And sometimes I was talking to one gentleman. He was actually talking to me, and the guard came out and said, "You can't talk to him." And I said, "Sir, can I talk to you?" The guy was actually talking to me, and he goes, "Yeah, you can talk to me." He said, "I can talk to him." Mm-hmm. And so we stood here and we talked right here.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, like
and
I
he
said,
told me I couldn't.
The security guard told you couldn't do that?
He said we couldn't do that.
Yeah, he said we couldn't do that.
You can't engage in a voluntary discussion with another human
That's
being.
exactly,
I'm just
sir.
asking.
That's why we're
right.
feeling like, are you sure that we can't talk to people if they say it's okay to talk to them?
All right. Well, what I'm going to tell them is they need to, with that, I realize it's on their little paper.
Yeah.
But what it comes down to is they're going to have to go back to their bosses. Miss Broyles is the head person.
Brenda Broyles, yes.
Yes, I worked with her on several things. But they would have to actually take that to the city attorney. I guarantee the city attorney is going to go, no.
Yeah.
You can't stop them from being out on the sidewalk as long as they're not stopping people from getting on and off the bus.
And as you can see, they said this was their busy hour.
So 6:30 to 8:30.
6:30 to 8:30 is peak hours. So their whole thing was, well, can they come before 6:30 or after 8:30? I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, we're leaving for the day, so
okay.
I appreciate your time.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.